Okay, so I want to talk about sleeping position a little bit. Now, sleeping position is something that does cause people pain quite often because if you're in a position all night, right? Like you can do all the right things during the day, but if you keep going back to that same sleeping position and it's a bad position for you, it will be really difficult to make progress. And if you get the sleeping position right, you go from an aggravating position for 6 hours to then something that actually, or eight, however long you sleep, to something that actually is healing for you for all that time. And it can be the entire difference between like healing and not healing. It's very important. So the way that you know that your sleeping position is a problem for you is if you open your eyes and you wake up either in the middle of the night or in the morning and you're immediately in pain. If you haven't moved yet, you haven't done anything, we know that it can't be those other forces. So you're in a totally unloaded position when you're sleeping. So if you're waking up in a bad position, all it means is that, or I'm sorry, if you're waking up in pain, that just means that the position that you're in puts you at some kind of sensitivity to that, like either bend, whether it's extension or side bend. So that means that we have to change the way that you're sleeping and make a little adjustment. So there's a couple easy things we can do. If you're a back sleeper and you keep waking up in pain, first and foremost, do not sleep with your legs straight out on your back because that's definitely the thing that's making you hurt. So if you take a couple thick pillows and put them under your knees and just kind of let your hips relax over them, that's going to put you in a much less extension position because when you lie flat on your back with your legs out, your back gets pulled into an arch. If you're sensitive to that position, like a lot of people are, that can make you hurt. If you're if that still is leaving you in pain, then you can go to an extreme level and you can actually get like two couch cushions and stack them and bring them all the way up to your butt so that your knees, like your thighs, come straight up and then over the cushion. So you're at like right angles. That's going to pull you up almost entirely out of extension. If that still doesn't work for you, then you probably just need to avoid sleeping on your back for a while and switch to your side, which brings me to the side lying position. Now, if you're a person who wakes up with pain in side lying, it could be a couple things that happen. Either you're in side lying, but you're actually in extension. So you're on your side, but your back is bent backwards. The fix for that is just bringing your knees up closer to you. If you're not like that, then it's most likely if you're sleeping on your side and waking up with pain, then that means that it's probably a bending sensitivity to the side. Because what happens when you're on your side is your ribs and your hips are here, and then your spine has that gap in the middle and it sinks down. So if you're lying on your side, the spine will sink down towards the bed. So what you need to do is fill that gap so that your spine can stay straight. So take up a rolled towel that's probably around this thick or even a small pillow and try stuffing it in there, like in that flank zone. So it would be right in between where your rib cage ends and your top hip bone is. That area right there, about level with your belly button, you're stuffing something in there that's comfortable and try sleeping with that and then see if that actually reduces the pain levels that you wake up with. If it's better or worse, you can adjust how thick of what you're putting on there and you can just check, okay, I'm going to use this much towel. That created worse pain. Let's take a little bit of towel out. How's that? That's better. Cool. And you can play with more or less towel and find the spot that's basically ideal for you. Once you find it, it should be able to stay that way for a while. If you're rolling up a towel to find that right size, what you can do is keep rolling until you find the right width, cut off the rest of the towel, and then just duct tape it in that spot.